EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the StubHub Center, 20 miles south of downtown L.A. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Oakland Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, you know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
On second down, here's Carr. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Hey, Raider 2.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Room to run inside the 40. And down right around the 37. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
OP.
Carr now on first down. Throw left side complete. It's Sullivan. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and, hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
A give. This is Chubb. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They go with Chubb on second down. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Kamale Correa.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
From the gun now on third down, Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Adam Adam Thielen, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gold now out to kick it away. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. A beautiful fake. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Flex round! Flex round!
Now Mack. "17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down."
It looks way too easy right now. 2 carries, 2 straight first down runs. The eyes are carrying the legs to the proper hole, but they're being created by an offensive line that has the leverage game going for them right now. Lower than the defensive front, creating space, and he's finding it in a big way. Gotta love what they're doing on offense right now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. 4-6 defense, they were daring him to run the football. They ran it. A little football 101. Take us through what the 4-6 defense is, Charles.
So what you're trying to do with your big defensive front is cover the interior offensive lineman, the center, and the 2 guards, and make it difficult if you even want to think about running the ball inside. If you can control them, that allows the linebackers and the safeties to run free and get to the ball carriers. And that play worked really well. No gain.
They'll try the air now with Smith. He's going to look deep down the field. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Smith now to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Down! 188! Cover 0. 12 Jumbo. 29. 29.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play that time for the Raiders. 66 yards.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Throwing now is Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means you're deep.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line in the red zone. And now Oakland ready to take the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now. And put together some nice plays.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Handoff comes to Chubb. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
Get down, lady.
Now Carr. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. By Buying time to his left. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. As his guys are in for 6. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
Okay, the highlights are going to show the guy throwing it, the guy catching, and ended up in the end zone. But how about those big guys up front that allowed that to happen? He had a ton of time to throw the ball.
He did. There's two sides to that coin, though. The O-line was great. D-line not very good.
And as well as coverage, because now you're really stuck in a bad spot. That much time to throw the ball, someone usually comes free.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Smith. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Oh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure. They thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep them out of the end zone, but a big-time return.
So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
He'll get it up the middle. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. And he's got it up and through. So the lead is now dwindled to 9 as the kick here is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now a penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
12 jumbo. 6-18.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And now running right through it. Shedding the tackler that gives him some room. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. On 1st down, Carr. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Carl Davis busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ryan. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Carter. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that 1st. They'll run with Chubb. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be taken in at the 1. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Now, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got 0 benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Smith on 1st down. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Out of the gun, Smith. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. And the Raiders have recovered. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the 1st half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. Carr to throw on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
The Raiders on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders add on to their lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense.
And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Looking deep downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. He'll find Thielen, work in the middle, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Get set. You ready? Go, go. Get set, get set. Go, Chief. Raider one. Go, Chief. That's up. That's up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Carr will try it again on second down. His throw caught right around the 6. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. From the gun, it's Carr. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
7:34. Hey. Low.
They'll give it to Chubb. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be third and goal. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Make it 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr. And the silver and black continue to roll.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Gold now out to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
He's going to go up top again. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about...
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Jordan Willis in there to get him. And that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Operating from the gun. Fox. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Fox. From behind, and he's going to be driven down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. This is taken at the 18. nearly a huge return. As it is, still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Here we go.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. That is incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
The extra point hitting the right upright, but it caroms home, and that will extend this big lead. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Looking to throw. Fox throwing right, and that's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the...
And the Raiders have got him. Jordan Willis in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. They'll run on 1st down. Carter, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
All right, get set, fellas.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic.
Following the penalty, Chubb pushing his way through. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Raiders are pouring it on. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Gold now out to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Off the play fake. Fox trying to lay one up deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads would be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And again, it's Chubb. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And they'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be, but we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashaan Melvin. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And an alley to run. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. That all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Nick Chubb, 72 yards. And the silver and black continue to roll. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
This is fielded at the goal line. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Chargers in good field position to start out, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to that's caught at the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, Fox. And an alley to run. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
Carr gives to Richard. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Here we go. Cover 0. 4 down.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now a handoff to Richard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Here we go. Go. 808.
Operating from the gun. Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
All right, now look at 56. Look at 56.
On 1st down, Fox. He sets to fire deep. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. They run. Chubb. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Here's a give to Richard, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Again, it's Richard. That good for 22 and a first down.
That's a big league run. Takes them down inside the 5-yard line, and momentum definitely on the side of the guys on offense. And if you're an offensive lineman, you love to run the football, especially out in the field where there's some space. But I'll let you in on a little bit of a secret. Those guys like it in tight, too, because they get matched up and they get to show just how stout they are in a tough situation. They're recommending they run it again.
We're good.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Nick Chubb taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Raiders are pouring it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Gold now out to kick it away. So out come the Chargers. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. The drive begins with a run by Dixon. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. The tackle goes to Harrison Smith.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Now a carry from Mack. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Detroit!
To throw on 3rd down. Fox being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. Throwing on first down. Fox. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders have recovered.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. Now Chubb. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. They run it again with Chubb. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. Chubb. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall. That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They'll give it to him up the middle. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Oakland, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the home team here, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.